The best companies for developing leadership talent have an infrastructure that has 6 steps. The first step is that there's a case for investment. There's a business case that creates the rationale. The second step is that there's a shared theory around what good leaders have to do in this organization. The third step is that we assess them. We assess individual leaders against that leadership competency framework, and we look at our leadership pipeline at the gaps that might exist in the pipeline. The fourth thing that we do in these companies is that we invest in building our talent. The fifth area is to measure the impact in terms of bridging the gaps that we've identified in our case for investment and in our assessment of individuals. And the final step is to create awareness among internal stakeholders, employees, and external stakeholders, customers and investors, about the rationale for how and why we invest and our success in doing so. The first element in our leadership capability architecture is to have a strong business case for investment. So how does that apply in an emerging market? Well, we think there's a couple of reasons. The first is it's really expensive to have expats in these emerging markets. And so it's not a sustainable case to have people from a home country always in lead expatriate roles. The second reason is that we ask the question in the business case for investment, if we had better leaders, what would happen? Well, what would happen in an emerging market is that if our nationals are the leaders rather than expats, we have to assume that those nationals would have a better understanding of customer preferences because they understand the culture and they grew up in the country. They would also be more of a magnet and better able to develop employees in that country, as well as understanding the community and the financial rules and regulations for how things work in this organization or in this country. So for a whole variety of reasons, the business case for investment in an emerging market has to do with replacing home country leaders with nationals. If we can do that, we've really made progress.